Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens, this is Newswatch.
Developing news coming out of Pike County tonight. 8 people are confirmed dead in what investigators are calling an execution-style shooting. Good evening, I'm Katie Anderson.
And I'm Blaine Caraher. Thanks for joining us. It happened around 8:30 this morning. State law enforcement here called... It happened around 8:30 this morning when state law enforcement were called in for multiple fatalities along Union Hill Road in Pike County. There were 4 crime scenes total. The victims were 5 adults and 2 juveniles. They are all members of the Roden family. Only 3 children were left alive. Officials say there is no...
This is a horrible tragedy that has occurred here in Pike County. Each one of the victims appears to have been executed. Each one of the victims appears to be shot in the head.
Officials say there is no one currently in custody. The Jackson, Ross, Adams, and Pike County Sheriff's offices are working with the Attorney General's Bureau of Criminal Investigation. They stress that this is not an active shooter situation. Anyone with information about the shooting is asked to call the Pike County Sheriff's Office at 1-800-BCI-OHIO. And big news for the Southeastern Ohio Regional Jail. The jail board just approved a plan to expand their Nelsonville facility to house more female inmates. Exact costs for the project are still unclear. A date for completion of the expansion is also unknown.
The Ohio University Marching Band also made a big announcement today. The 110 will be uptown funking it up at next year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Members of the most exciting band in the land were surprised with the news late last night. The Bobcats were selected from a group of nearly 200 applicants. They will be one of only 10 marching bands to participate in the 2017 parade. This will be the 3rd time the band has performed in the annual parade. Their last appearance was in 2005.
And we are seeing some rain finally hit the Athens area right now. Some stronger storms with heavier downpours are right around the Athens area right now. So we are looking at rain showers and even some thunderstorms with lightning around the area for this evening. Taking a look at your temperatures though, currently 61 here in Athens, 70 up in New Lexington, as well as Cambridge, and 55 down in Ironton. So there is rain on the radar, as I just checked it right before we started the newscast, and we are seeing some heavier downpours in the Plains and Nelsonville, even out towards Amesville. So if you are headed out this evening, grab the umbrella as you head out the door, because we will be seeing a little bit of rain in the vicinity for the rest of the afternoon. But temperatures right now in the lower 60s. We reached the lower 70s for our high this afternoon. And this evening looks like temperatures will drop back down into the 50s and down into the 60s for your overnight lows this evening. But chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms still popping up this afternoon and evening will be around. So Blaine, if you are headed out tonight, I know there's baseball out there handling the rain delay. So hopefully those showers will move out of the area so they can start the game.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Anna, and I look forward to seeing you later on in our program. Marietta residents will have to keep looking around the state for outpatient medical care. The West Virginia Healthcare Authority has blocked a bill to establish an outpatient care facility in Parkersburg. The request came from a Marietta Memorial Hospital. Authority officials say the proposed project is not necessary. They say alternatives to a new outpatient care facility already exist in Ohio. Marietta Memorial Hospital is looking to appeal the decision.
And many residents of the Mountain State have switched their political party from Democratic to Republican as the 2016 primaries are nearing in West Virginia. The Secretary of State's office says that statewide, nearly 8,000 registered voters have switched from Democrat to Republican. This compared to the more than 1,500 people who went from Republican to Democrat. This is 4 times the number of people who switched political parties in 2012. And unemployment rates are up in some parts of Kentucky. Rates have increased in 65 of Kentucky's 120 counties since last year. Despite the increase, Kentucky's Office of Employment Training said Thursday that jobless rates have decreased in 37 other counties and remained the same in 18. Woodford County recorded the state's lowest unemployment rate at 3.6%. Magoffin County recorded the state's highest unemployment rate at 20.1%. Drug addiction is an epidemic in Southeast Ohio. We'll tell you how officials in the region are trying to help those fighting addiction with limited resources.
And leaders from around the world gathered in New York City today to make changes for climate change. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
Really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Heroin and prescription drug abuse is a problem that's not only affecting our country, but also our state and counties across Southeast Ohio. Every year, hundreds of people in the Athens area turn to health recovery services for help to fight their addiction. But while the programs work, there's not nearly enough resources for the growing number of people who need help.
It's very distressing to know the number of people who need help.
Dr. Joe Gay is a clinical psychologist at Health Recovery Services in Athens. For more than 3 decades, he's worked with people who struggle with addiction. He says opiate abuse has increased dramatically over the past 10 years.
We never saw more than 1 or 2 people a year on heroin, so there was just practically no opiates here. And now it's very common.
So common that now more than half of people seeking drug addiction treatment in Athens are dependent on opiates. But the biggest problem? Treatment clinics can't keep up with demand. The wait for help could be weeks or even months.
They can go back out, keep using, overdose, commit crimes. There's any number of bad things that could happen. We don't like that at all. That distresses us.
In 2014, more than 2,700 people died from an overdose, ranking Ohio second in the country for the overdose deaths that year. One of the first people to arrive on the scene of an overdose is Athens EMS Chief Rick Calebs.
It seems like it's almost every day. There's probably some days that we don't get anything. There's other days that we're getting 2 or 3 calls.
For every call, Caleb and his team are equipped with naloxone, also known as Narcan. It's used to reverse the effects of an opioid overdose. It blocks the drug's effects on the brain and can restore breathing in seconds. The antidote has been used by Athens EMS since the 1980s. It just wasn't very common.
Once in a while, we would have a narcotic-based overdose, and we would give the Narcan for that. But for the most part, it expired in the truck. If we bought medication and it arrived today, the expiration date on that might be 2 years from now.
In 2014, more than 15,000 doses of naloxone was given by EMS responders statewide. Now, Caleb's and his team have to constantly reorder the life-saving drug to keep it in stock. Major retailers have started selling Narcan over the counter without a prescription, so anyone can keep it on hand to save a friend or a family member. But it's only a temporary fix.
Some of the narcotic-based drugs being all the rage now is that we have a way to fix that. My fear is that whatever the next thing that comes along isn't going to be fixable.
There are more permanent solutions. Athens County Prosecutor Keller Blackburn and clinical psychologist Dr. Joe Gay are teaming up to fight what they call an opiate epidemic. Blackburn says it didn't take him long to realize the problem.
We have over 500 cases annually. That's of what we charge. We have a few more that we choose not to charge for various reasons. I think 90% of our cases have some drug aspect to it.
With the help of Athens Health Services, the prosecutor's office is now offering a program to divert opiate-addicted offenders from jail into a treatment program. The centerpiece of that program is a monthly injection of Vivitrol, which blocks the effects of opiates.
We get people in and out quicker because, Vivitrol gives us some level of security. If you're on Vivitrol, you can't use opiates anymore. You just can't get high. You can use them, you're not going to get high. So we've given more people opportunities at Vivitrol to try to help them.
The program is just 7 months old and has exceeded expectations.
We're only supposed to treat 40 people. We're over 160, approaching 200. So we're operating at 400% of our original annual goal, and we're only halfway through it.
More treatment options are available at Athens Health Services using drugs like Suboxone and methadone. Both copy the effects opiates have on the brain, but some addicts can become dependent on them. Gay says there's more to the recovery process than just receiving a prescription.
They need to make other changes in their life, in their lifestyle, in their attitudes. They need to, so many of them need to learn to cope with life again.
One way you can help fight the opiate epidemic here in Southeast Ohio is by properly disposing old prescription pills. Drop-off bins are located at your local law enforcement's office, including the Athens County Sheriff's Office. And if you need help or know someone who is struggling with addiction, you can call Athens Health Recovery Services at 740-592-6725.
Today, more than 155 countries, including the United States and China, signed a landmark agreement on climate change. Secretary Kerry joined in by signing the agreement with his granddaughter in hand.
Today, on Earth Day, our governments, along with about 170 others, are in New York to sign that agreement. And the U.S. is committed to formally joining it this year, which should help it take effect years earlier than anybody expected.
And Uber will pay out up to $100 million in a settlement of 2 class action lawsuits brought up by drivers. Even with the payout, it's a victory for Uber's business model, allowing the company to continue classifying drivers as independent contractors. The money will be paid to 385,000 drivers based on the number of miles they've driven. Those having driven more than 25,000 miles will get about $8,000 each. Uber must also institute certain protections for drivers who are moved from the ride-sharing service. Drivers will also be allowed to post signs in their cars explaining that tips are appreciated but not required or included. A judge must approve the settlement. And on Wall Street today, the stock market is closing out a mixed day, mostly higher.
A cold front is sparking off some thunderstorms. I'll let you know how long the rain will last and your weekend forecast, all that plus your extended forecast coming up next on Newswatch.
Student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Welcome back to the Newswatch Weather Center. I'm Ann Campolongo. So we finally saw the rain today, and we are seeing some thunderstorms in the area. Currently, we are at 61 degrees here in Athens. We do have some higher wind gusts associated with some of those thunderstorms, and even some heavy downpours associated with those as well. But temperatures across the region still in the low 70s for most of us. 55 though down in Ironton, 61 over in Jackson, 68 up in Chillicothe, and 70 in New Lexington. But temperatures will slowly decrease through the evening. We're seeing that those storms sparked by that cold front. But today we actually reached the lower 70s. Our official high was 73, so a little bit above average for this time of year, but a really nice Friday shaping out for us with that sunshine that we saw today. And just some rain showers this evening, and as that cold front pushes through our area, we will see dry conditions for the remainder of the evening, but some clouds will linger as that cold front is right over the Athens area in southeast Ohio. So it's going to continue on to the East Coast, and we'll see beautiful weather for us for our Saturday and even into Sunday. But temperatures will bump back a few degrees for your Saturday as that cold front passes through. But sunny skies for you for tomorrow and for Sunday, so if you have outdoor plans for the weekend, no problems in the future for that as well. But temperatures for the overnight hours tonight will drop down into the 40s. 44 your low in Athens, 47 over in Jackson, 50 down in Ironton, and 45 in Chillicothe. Taking a look at your Friday temperatures, though, will be a little bit cooler than we saw temperatures this week, only reaching the middle 60s for Athens tomorrow, 66 your high here, 67 in Jackson, and 68 in Ironton. But we will see plenty of sunshine tomorrow, so definitely take advantage of this nice weather that we're seeing. So we start off your Saturday, 10 a.m. will be at 51 degrees, and then reaching up into the lower 60s for you by tomorrow afternoon, but another seasonable and nice day for your weekend. So definitely head outside if you can this weekend. But for your low tonight in Athens, we'll reach down to 44 degrees again. Scattered storms tonight as that cold front passes through, but then we'll see mostly cloudy skies for the remainder of the evening. Taking a look at tomorrow, 66, mostly sunny and beautiful for your Saturday. And here's your 7-day forecast, looking nice for your Saturday and Sunday. We're seeing lots of sunshine. Again, 66 for you on Saturday, 78 on Sunday, but then temperatures bounce right back for you on Monday. We're into the lower 80s. And then our next system moves through Tuesday and Wednesday, so we could see some spotty showers with that as temperatures only in the lower 70s. But then an all-around nice weekend for you looking towards the end of next week. Sports, over to you guys.
The Ohio baseball team is currently in a delay. We'll have an update on that situation.
And we picked our best Bobcat sports moment from this year. We will unveil who and what made our list next on Newswatch.
Really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us. Ohio
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Welcome back to sports. I'm Carter Eckel.
And I'm Michael Drapcho.
First up, Savannah Joe Dorsey's domination of the opposition in the batter's box continued earlier today. Dorsey was 1 out away from throwing her second perfect game in as many years when Taylor Shuey homered over the center field wall. It wouldn't matter, though, as the Cats came out on top 2-1. The NCAA strikeout leader fanned 13 of the 23 batters she faced, helping the Cats improve to 27-19. Dorsey's contributions weren't limited to just the mound as she knocked in the game's winning run on a double in the top of the 7th.
The Ohio baseball team is currently in a delay, and for update about its game against Kent State, let's send it over to Carly Bell, who's live in the newsroom.
Sorry about that. We apologize for the technical difficulties. That game is currently in a rain delay. The Cats, they have 11 conference games left, so they are running out of time, but they're down the final home stretch if they want to move up their ranks in the MAC. So 10 days after being released from his scholarship, Wadley Montpremier is back with the Cats as a Bobcat. The forward will be on the 2016-2017 men's basketball team as a scholarship player. Michael, you've covered the team for the last 3 years. What does this mean for Ohio?
Well, first and foremost, it gives Ohio one less scholarship to work with in recruiting. Now, as far as Wadley on the court goes, he had a bit of an up and down year this past season. Early in the season, he was playing well, and if he can get back to playing confidently and aggressively, he'll be able to probably overpass Doug Taylor in the rotation, and that'll be a big boost for Ohio.
It absolutely will. But back to the diamond, where the Cincinnati Reds had a night to forget last night, and Jake Arrieta and the Cubs made it a night to remember. The 30-year-old threw his second no-hitter in his last 9 starts, the third shortest span between such feats. And I mean, Michael, take a look at some of this reigning Cy Young winner stuff. 12-6 curveball drops off the table to get Devin Mesoraco.
Wow.
And big swing, bigger miss from Adam Duvall. 9 innings, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, which kept him from perfection, but a 16-0 win nonetheless for the Cubbies.
It was a pretty rough day for Ohio baseball teams in general Thursday. The Indians fell to the Mariners 10-7 in 10 innings. Now, the Tribe trailed 7-5 going into the 8th, but pinch hitter Mike Napoli went yard to tie the game and send it into extras.
And in the top of the 10th, Indians closer Cody Allen walked Steve Clevenger and Franklin Gutierrez before he surrendered the eventual game-winning home run to Mariners second baseman Robinson Cano. Cleveland is back in action tonight.
So Stanley Johnson is in LeBron's head, evidently. Or at least that's what the Detroit Pistons rookie claimed after LeBron dropped 27 on 12 of 18 shooting in the Cavs' 107-90 win over Detroit Wednesday. Johnson will have another chance to back his claim up tonight as Cleveland and Detroit will square off for Game 3 in the Palace at Auburn Hills at 7. The Cavs are already up 2-0 in the series and have a chance to take a commanding lead after tonight's game. If Detroit wants to slow the Cavs down, it'll have to keep Cleveland from getting hot from deep. In Game 2, James and company went 20 of 38 from three-point land. And with the school year coming to a close, we decided to take a look at the top 5 Bobcat sports moments of the year. Now coming in at number 5, we have Jordy Dardis giving UNC Greensboro the sauce and giving Ohio the win.
Number 4, Kiana Black and her 126 three-pointers. That set a MAC and Ohio program record, one shy of tying the NCAA record. Great way to go out for a senior.
At number 3, it's number 33. That's Tony Campbell. The junior forward averaged 17 points and 10 rebounds per game, en route to being named the 2016 MAC Player of the Year.
And at number 2, Savannah Jo Dorsey, the name you keep hearing. She is well on her way to a MAC Player of the Year title. Leads the NCAA in strikeouts with 277. That's 30 more than anybody else in the nation.
At number 1, what else? The Ohio volleyball team taking home the MAC title.
25-7 in the regular season, only lost one set in the MAC tournament. What a year for Dean Webb and the Cats.
Oh, absolutely. That's it for sports. Back to you, Katie and Blaine.
All right, thanks, Michael and Carter. And Time Magazine released its 13th annual list of the 100 most influential people of the year yesterday. 7 of those honorees grace 6 different covers. For the show business in Hollywood, there's actor Leonardo DiCaprio, singer Nicki Minaj, actress Priyanka Chopra, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, who created Broadway's Hamilton. For the business world, there's Facebook co-founder Mark Zuckerberg and wife Priscilla Chan, and Christine Lagarde, the managing director of the International Monetary Fund. Also on the list, nearly all the top presidential hopefuls, as well as Obama. Each honoree is the subject of an essay by a notable public figure in their field. Now let's take one last look at our final weather.
Thanks, Katie. Tonight, as you're headed out, we do have some rain in the area, so bring an umbrella. I think those storms will slowly diminish as that cold front passes through our area. But for the rest of the evening, mostly cloudy skies will reach a low of 44 tonight. Taking a look at your forecast for your Saturday, mostly sunny, a great day tomorrow. So if you have plans to be outdoors, to plant some flowers, it's going to be beautiful out there. 66 our high, so a little bit cooler than we saw this past week, but it will be nice and mild out there for you. And taking a look at your 7-day forecast, Saturday, 66, beautiful. Sunday, 78 and beautiful again. Monday looking great as well as you start your work week next week. Low 80s for you on Monday, but then temperatures back down to the lower 70s for you Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's when our next rain chance comes in with our next storm system.
All right, thanks, Ann, and make sure to stay tuned to WOUB. And here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station. And that does it for our broadcast this evening and this school year. I'm Katie Anderson.
And I'm Blaine Caraher. Newswatch will be off the air for the summer. And for all of your latest Southeastern Ohio news, anytime you need, you can check out our website at woub.org. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back in September. Have a good night.
University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.